Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Remember what we were discussing in the last class? What we were
Different format.
Proc formats.
user-defined format. How to create a user-defined format?
By using proc format.
Proc format.
Then the statement you should write.
Value.
Value.
Well,
Value.
Yes. Data. I'm creating a class 1 data set. I'm creating this one from the self.class. While I'm creating this one, if I open the class 1 data set, in the work library we have a class 1. We have sex values as F and F and M. I want to print F as a female, M as a male. So, unfortunately, we do not have such format available. What we should do? We should create a user-defined format and should use that one. How to create a user-defined format? Proc format, semicolon, value. Since I'm creating this format to use for sex variable, so $symbol,
Gender.
whatever the format name you want to have, we can write the user-defined name. Then what the word value, how we want to display. If the word value is F, I want to display it as a female. If the value is M, remember this sentence is only one statement. If the data contains M, I want to print as a male. Now finally semicolon. Now write current statement. Now selecting this program, executing this program. Now this user-defined format will be created in a folder. What type of folder it is? It is called a catalog folder. Yes, it is called a catalog folder. In this catalog folder, we get created. Now I want to use this one. I want to use If you want to use it, what you should write now? Format statement. For which one I want to use? I want to use it for sex variables. And what is the format I want to use? $sex.variable. Now select the program and execute the program. I have a class 1 data set. Open this one. Now can you see how the sex values are printing now? The data values are printing as a male and a female. But I told you, whatever the format that we applied, this is only for temporary display. In the backend, we are going to have original data. This is only for temporary display purpose. Understand this one, everybody?
Yes.
Now, in the same way, in the class 1, we have age values 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I do not want to display it that way. I will tell you a condition. If the age is, say for example, 11 and 12, I want to have it as an ink. Okay. If the age value is, for example, 13, 14, I want to display it as a middle. If the age is, for example, from 15 to 16, I want to display it as an adult. This is my requirement. So, I want to develop a format for this one. Now, how to develop a format for this one? Now, again, if you want to create a format, of course, in one proc format procedure, we can write multiple formats. But for each one, you should write one value statement. So in the same procedure, now I'm writing again value statement. This time I'm creating a format to use it for age variable, but age is a numerical variable, so you no need to write a $symbol. Simply, you should write the user-defined name. Whichever name you want to have, you can write it. So I want to have it as an age group. And then, in the previous example, we have a single values. But this time I want to have, if it is 11 to 12, I want to have an ink. When we have a multiple values, when we have a range of values, you should write on the left side the starting value, hyphen you should write ending value. Now is equal to how I want to display? I want to display it as an end. In the same statement, if the data contains from 13 to 14, now how I want to display? I want to display it as a middle. And if age contains, say, for example, 15 to 16, how I want to display? I want to display it as an adult. Okay, now I'm creating one more format now. I want to use this format. By the way, we can use multiple formats in one format statement, but this time I want to use it for age variable. What is the format we have created?
Age group.
Age grp dot. Now I'm selecting this program, executing this program. Now if I go to the class one, now can you see we applied the format for two variables. Now I will tell you one more thing. If height contains below 60 or below 60, I want to have it as a short. If the age is above 60, I want to have it as a tall. Then how we can write that one? Now I want to create one more format. Now I'm writing a value statement. This time I want to have height related, I'm writing HT. Now, what is the starting value? You can add any value. Say, for example, if you don't know what the starting value, simply you can add 0 to, or otherwise simply you can write, say, for example, low to, say, for example, 60 is equal to, I want to have it as a short. If the data contains from, say, for example, 60 to 100 is equal to, I want to print now, I want to print the tall. But remember, if you have a 60, then how it is going to print? If you have the height value 60, how it is going to print? Short or tall?
Short.
Why not short? So to avoid such ambiguity, now I'm writing like this one. Low hyphen, say for example, less than 60. If it's less than 60, it will print as in a short. But if it is from 60 to 100, now it is going to print the tall. Now if you have a 60, tell me what is going to have now? Tall. Now I want to apply that format also. So I'm writing, say, for example, for height variable. Now what the format we created? HT dot. I'm selecting the program, execute the program. This is the class one answer. Now can you see we are getting whether that student is short or tall? Clear, everybody? This is how we are going to create user-defined formats, and this is how we are going to use. Now I will tell you one more thing. Say, for example, I'm creating a data set called, marks. In that I have a two variable input, hall ticket number, and then have marks. Okay. Now I'm writing the data lines. So if the hall ticket number is 101 and the marks are 78, 102, 23, 103, 45, 104, 56, 105, 8, 106, it was 89, 107, 93, 108, 37, 109, it is 65, 110. Now the marks are, say, for example, 71. What I want to do? When I display the data, when I print the data, I do not want to display the marks. I want to display their class. Nowadays everybody is having what you call as a GPS system. Previously, there is a system like this one. If anybody has got marks between 0 to 34, we used to get as a class called fail. If the marks are, say, for example, from 35 to 49, we used to get as they used to call it a third class. If the marks are, say, for example, from 50 to 60, 50 to 59, and then they used to call it as a second class. Okay. Now, but if the marks are from 60 to 100, how I want to display? I want to display it as a first class. This is my requirement. Now tell me how to create a format for this one. Proc format value. I want to have it as a grade. Now I'm writing a format name grade. If the values are, say, for example, 0 to 34, or otherwise, you can write 0 to less than 35 is equal to how you want to have? I want to have it as a fail. If the marks are, say, for example, from 35 to less than 50 is equal to how you want to have? I want to have it as a third class. Yeah, third class. If the marks are, say, for example, from 50 to less than 60, then how they want to have? They want to have it as a second class. If marks are, say, for example, from 60 to 100, then how they want to have? They want to have it as a first class. Now I'm writing the run statement. Now I'm selecting this program, execute the program. We have a user-defined format, which is called grade. Now, while I'm printing this data, I want to apply the format. If you want to apply the format during the printing, to print any data set, we have a processor called proc print. I will explain that proc print later, but this is how we should write proc print. Data is equal to marks data set. And while I'm printing, I want to apply the format. So what you can understand, we can write the format statement both with the proc step and with the data step also. Okay, here we applied in the data step. Now, format for which variable I want to apply? The variable name is marks. And what is the format we want to apply? Grade dot. Now I'm writing grade dot semicolon. Now write that. Now see, if I execute the program, this is how the marks are going to get displayed. Now it will not display individual marks, it is going to display the class. Understand this one? Now, my requirement, yes.
సార్ ఇట్లా అదేంటి మార్చిన తర్వాత నార్మల్ గా మనం అందుకు ఒరిజినల్ వాల్యూస్ చూసుకోవాలంటే ఎలా సార్?
You need to cancel the format.
ఓకే, డేటా సెట్ ఓపెన్ చేసిన ప్రతిసారి మనం మార్చిన ఫార్మాట్ వాల్యూస్ వస్తాయి.
But if you want to cancel the format, this is how we should do it. Say, for example, I'm writing a format statement, I'm writing, say, for example, semicolon run. Can you see? The format has been cancelled. It is going to print the normal data. Clear?
Clear, sir. Thank you.
Now, while I'm printing the data, I will write, say, for example, format here itself, format for marks variable, and I want to use a grade dot. If I execute the program, I will not get the original data. I'm going to get only the class. But what I want to do, I want to get the original marks and the class both together. I want to display the marks also. If you want to display, now only value statement is not enough. In that scenario, we are going to use a statement called picture. Okay, I'm writing a picture statement. So picture statement is also useful to create a user-defined format. Now I want to create a format called rank. I'm writing RMK. If the data is from, say, for example, 0 to less than 35, what I want to do? Now I'm writing, I want to have it as each line represents one digit, and then hyphen, I want to have it as a fail. Each line represents one digit. If the data is, say, for example, from 35 to less than 50, then how I want to display? I want to display it as again to represent the marks double 9. Each line represents one digit. Now I want to have it as a third class. Then 50 to, say, for example, less than 60 is equal to, I want to have it as again double 9. I want to have it as say, for example, second class. Now I'm writing, say, for example, from 60 to 100. Now again, what should I do? I'm going to represent again 99. I want to have it as say, for example, first class. Now this is the new format I created. What is the format name I'm created now? RMK. Now I executed the format. Now I want to use the format in my program. Now instead of grade, I'm writing RMK dot. Select the program. Select the program, execute the program. Now can you see how this time the marks is presenting now? The box are presenting with both the box and the class. This is how we are going to write. This is how we are going to write. Okay, a format. Clear, everybody? Do not worry about the proc format procedure. I will I will explain the proc format in detail during the proc step. But one of the major reason, why we create a proc for user-defined format, we want to use it repetitively. If you want to use it repetitively, so for example, if there is a 10 members in the team in a company, whatever the format that we require for that entire project, one person will create all the formats at one time. So everybody from that group, from the team, is going to use the same format whenever they want to. Whenever they want to, they use the same formats which has been created by one member. If everybody wants to use the same format, and if you want to use again after sometime, maybe tomorrow, after 1 week, across the session, where we should have all these formats, we should not have in the work library, isn't it? Because if you have in work library, if I close the session, what will happen? These formats will get deleted. So that's why we need to save these formats in a permanent library. How to save the formats in a permanent library? First of all, to save this in a permanent library, I'm creating a folder on my desktop. Now, right-click, new folder. I want to have folder name, say for example, formats. Okay. Now, I'm copying the path of this folder, shift right-click, copy as path, go to the program. Now I'm creating a library. You know how to create a library? Lib name. I want to have a library name Srini and then path of the folder. Now select this one line and execute this one line. Now in the in the libraries folder, we are going to have a new library called Srini. Now, whenever you're creating a library, generally what we write proc format semicolon. That means even though you're not writing, by default here we are going to have library is equal to work. That's why every time it is getting saved into work library. But now I want to save this into my library. Then what should I do now? Library is equal to, I should write my library name. Okay. Now if I select the program, equal to the program, all these formats which are sex, age group, and HD will be get created in Srini library. Can you see in Srini library we have a formats folder? If I open this one now, can you see we have 3 formats? In the same way, I created here 2 more formats. I want to save these formats also into my current session, into my Srini library. Again, what should I do? I should write library is equal to Srini. But in the Srini library, what is the folder name we are getting? What is the folder name we have?
Formats.
Format. This is a default one. But if you want to have a different name, you know what you should do? Whenever you're creating a format in the library, now we should library is equal to library name dot folder name. I want to have it as a my FMTS. Okay. Now see, if I execute this program, now it is not going to get saved into default. Now it is going to get saved into my folder called my FMTS. So what is this? Library name dot folder name. Again, here also, I want to save this one also into my folder. Now again, what should I do? Srini dot my FMTS. Now, if I execute this program, again, these 2 grade and rank also will be get saved in my library, in my folder. What is the folder name? My FMTS. Now, I'm closing the session. I'm reopening the session. Now, can we find a Srini library? No, because whatever the Srini library we created was a temporary library, isn't it? Temporary library by programming method. Isn't it? But the formats are physically saved on my desktop in a folder called formats. In that, what is the folder name that I have? Catalog folder name? Of course, I saved in my FMTS. Now, I want to use now. Say, for example, I put everything into a pen drive and I had given it to you. Okay, you want to use this one now. how to use. So for example, I'm opening the SAS session. Now, while I'm creating my data set data class, set I'm creating from SAS.class, I'm writing SAS.class. Then while I'm creating this data, I want to use sex format. I want to use age group format. Do we have those formats here? No. What should I do now? These formats are present in a folder on my desktop. Now what should I do? Now again, one more time, I'm creating a library. Right click, copy as path. Now tell me how to create a library. Lib name, whatever the library name you want to, you can write it. You can write any library name. I want to have library name stances, and then I'm giving the path of that.
Semicolon.
Now semicolon. Now if I execute this one line, what will be the library we are going to have now? We are going to have a library called stances. Now we have a library now. Now I want to, so if I open the stances library, here we have my FMTS folder. In that I have all the formats available. Now I want to apply the format. Now I'm writing a format. What is the format for sex variable? Remember what is the format that we have? Sex. And for age, what is the format that we have?
Age
group data. Very good. Now I'm selecting this program, executing this program. Now where this data set will be get saved now? In the work library. Now I'm going back to the work library. Now in the work library, I'm looking for class data set. Now if I open the class data set, unfortunately, I'm not getting the data. So if I go to the log window, this is the error I'm having. Can you see what the error we are getting now?
The format 6 was not found or could not be loaded.
So yeah, what it is saying, it is saying that the format was not found. But we have format in the string library, no? Sorry, stances library, no? But even though this library is existing, it is present in the current session, but these formats are not ready for use. If you want to make these formats ready for use, now we are going to write a global option. You don't know about global options yet. I will discuss about the global options later, but this is how we should write it. Now we should a statement called options. FMT search is equal to FMT search is equal to. Now within the parenthesis, in which library we have these formats? Stances. Dot. In which folder we have these ones?
My
FMT. This is the global option you should have. Now these formats are ready for usage. Now if I execute this statement one time, now after this one, if I execute this program, now the formats are readily available. Now we can use it. Now if I go to the work library, yes, I have a class data set. Now can you see? Both the formats have been applied. So if the formats are present in external folder, we have to create a library to that folder. And after that, what is the global option should write? Options FMT search is equal to, within the parenthesis, library name dot folder name. Now these are invoked, now ready for use. Whenever you want to, you can use it. Understand this one?
Yes. So can we also cancel the format here also, sir?
Yeah, here also you can cancel it. So for example, if you want to cancel for all the variables, you know what I'm going to write? I'm going to write a format underscore all underscore. If I write this statement, you know what is going to happen? All the formats will be get cancelled, so you'll get original data. Understand this one?
Yes.
This is how we are going to use the formats. Clear, everybody? With this, we have. Tell me.
One thing, okay. Not global option is there.
So when we have a formats in external folder, if you want to use that formats, what we should do? First, we should create a library to that folder. Okay? Because where I have my formats, it is present on my desktop. In which folder I have? Formats folder. So I'm creating a library called stances for that one. Even though that library is available in current session, now those formats are not ready for usage. If you want to make those formats are available to use, you should write a global option, options, FMT search is equal to, within the parenthesis, library name dot folder name. If you execute this statement one time, now whatever the format that are available in this folder, in this library, now ready, now you can use in the current session. Otherwise, if you didn't write this one, SAS looks for these formats, whatever the formats you are using, SAS looks for work library. But do we have this on work library? No, these are present in stances library. So you should make this available by writing in a global option, FMT search is equal to.
So what if we want to call multiple libraries?
So for example, I have few formats in stances library. I have few in Srini library. Say for example, in Srini, I have a folder called XYZ. I have also in work library. Now in the work library, I have a folder called formats. This is how we should do. Now the format which are present in all the three libraries are available now. Understand this one?
Sir, can you repeat it, sir?
If we have our user-defined libraries, library formats in multiple libraries, how to recall all the formats from all the libraries? FMT search is equal to, within the parenthesis, first library dot folder name space, second library dot folder name, third library dot folder name. In that way, you need to recall. Now, if I execute this program, whatever the format that are present in all the stances, Srini and work library, now available for current session.
Understand, sir.
Sir, in one folder, if you want only one column means, sir.
One folder in one folder, one format. No,
Yes, sir.
you cannot select that one. You need to get all the folder. But if you want, you can use it. There is no problem. Like even if you have recalled all.
Yes.
Understand this one, everybody?
Yes, sir.
With this, we have completed user-defined formats. With this, we have completed format statement. Okay. Now we'll try to apply all the formats. So, for example, to explain this one, I'm taking the same example that what I have taken in the last class. Now this is the data. Okay. Remember what were the informats, formats, and labels lengths I required in the last class? I told you specification sheet.
Yes, sir.
Tell me one more time based on the specification. Data, what is the data set name I want to have? Remember? EMP. And I told you I want to have a label. Label is, remember what was the label I asked for? Employee.
Semicolon.
Then first of all, I will write input statement. Okay. Input. I want to have ID number. Then I'm writing name, age, sex, salary, date of birth, data. To make it a little bit complicated, in the initium data, I'm taking comma also. Okay. Tell me, first of all, I want to give length 6 for name, 1 for sex. Tell me what should I do?
First we have to write length
Statement, sir. We have to write.
I'm writing length statement. For name, it is a dollar symbol. I want to have a length 6. Dot. For sex, I want to have a $1.
Semicolon.
Now I want to apply the label. If you want to apply the label, what is the statement you should write? Label statement.
Label.
So first variable ID number is equal to, I want to have it as employee ID. I'm writing ID. The second variable I want to have name employee name. So in the same statement, now I'm writing name is equal to, I want to have a name employee. Then age is I want to have an employee age. Sex is equal to, I think in the last class I told you I want to have it. Then salary is equal to, I want to have an employee income, employee income. This is what I want to have. And then, DOB, how I want to have DOB?
For edit.
DOB is equal to, I want to have it as I want to have it as a birth date. Then DOJ, and I want to have a joining. What all we should do?
You should write informant.
Very good. First, you should write, right? Informant for which values you should apply? Very good. For salary, I am rating comma 6.6. For DOB,
Date 9.
DOJ, Now I ask you, I want to have a format for ID number, age, sex, salary, date of birth, date of journey. Tell me what is the ID number format I asked you in the last class? For age, what is the format I asked?
Roman.
For sex, what is the format? For salary, what is the format I asked you? What is the format I asked for date of birth?
We could.
This is okay. Word.
20 dot.
What is the format I asked for date of joining? We did. Okay. Now everything looks fantastic, but I want to have M as a male, F as a female.
We have to create a format.
If you want, you can use this format, but unfortunately, whatever the format we have in Stances library, this format we created for not for small f. We have created for, can you see for what?
Capital.
Capital F and capital F.
Yeah.
But in our data, how we have female sex values.
It's a small.
So that format, we cannot use that format, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's why I want to create a user-defined format now. I am writing format. Value. I want to have that as sex. But if it is then if it is small m, I want to have it as female. If it is small m, I want to have it as male. We should be careful when writing an F and F. When writing F and M, we should be very careful. We should write according to the data. Since we have the data small m, we should only small m. Because calculate is case sensitive, right? Yes. Now I selected the program and executed. Now I want to apply the format. So in the format statement, here I am writing a sex variable. $sex. Now, if I select the program, execute the program. Now, if I go to that work library, in the work library, I'm going to have EMP data set. Can you see? Yes. If I go to view, give me 1 second. Okay, I need to write. First of all, we need to write the return statement. I'm going back to the program. So before the length, I'm writing a return. What is the statement I should write now? I'm writing return. I'm writing, say, for example, first of all, ID number. Then I'm writing the name, age, sex, salary,
Date of birth.
sorry, DOB and DOJ. Now all the variables are going to be in a proper order. Not only that one, if I open the EMP data set, after opening the data set, I'll go to view. I'm going to click on the column labels. Now we applied labels for all the variables, and yes, we applied the format for a employee ID. Age. Why it is not changing? I think we didn't execute this program.
Yeah.
You know why? No, that is not the problem. The problem in this session, still not getting applied. Give me 1 second. I'm closing the session and I'm reopening the session back. Executing all the programs together. Work library. Can you see? Sometimes the session is going to get corrupted. In the scenario, you should close even though your program is correct only. It may not be get updated. Can you see this one? Everything is clear?
Yes.
Now, the problem with this kind of programming, if I want to have length, what is the statement I have written?
Length statement.
Length.
For label, what is the statement I have written?
Label.
Label. For the informant, what is the statement I have written?
Sir,
Informant.
For the format, what is the statement I have written?
Format.
Format. So we have used four separate statements. Sometimes it is very confusing, very annoying. Now, to apply all the attributes for a variable, we have a latest advanced statement which is called as an attrib statement. What is attrib statement? We can apply all the attributes. We can apply all the attributes in one statement. We can apply all the attributes in one statement, and we'll check how we can do that one. Okay, I'm taking the same data again. First of all, I want to write the same specification, so I'm taking the same data again. I want to create data set to show the difference. I'm writing data. How can you come to know that formats given by the company should be used to specific type? They will tell you everything in the specification sheet, to which variable, to what format we should use. Okay, now data, I'm creating a data set called EMP1. First of all, I'm writing the input. I'm writing ID number, first variable, then the second variable name, third variable age, fourth variable, sex, then salary, date of birth, date of joining, semicolon, then I'm writing the data lines. And finally, if you want, you can keep a semicolon, run semicolon. Now, instead of writing 4 individual statements, I want to use attrib statement. Now, before the input, you should write a statement called attrib. What is the first variable of the program? Our data set? ID number. So now tell me, for ID number, what are the attributes you want to apply according to the previous program?
Format,
Format and label. So I want to apply 2 attributes, label and format. Okay. Now, attrib, what is the first variable? You should write the first variable name, which is ID number. Space. If you want to apply the label, now we should write a label is equal to. Now, within the quotation, single or double quotations, whatever the label you want to, you can. I want to have employee ID. Now, give at least 1 space. Then what is the second format I want to apply? I want to apply the format. Now we should format is equal to, remember what is the format you want to apply for ID number? Z3. Now first variable is over. Now go to the next line. Second variable. What is the second variable that we have? Name. For name, we want to apply label and length. So since I applied here label, here also what I want to do to make it uniform, here also I'm going first applying the label, but you can write in any order. Label is equal to, now I'm writing, I want to have it as an employee name. Now space, now length is equal to, since it's a character variable $7, how much length I told you?
6.
Now second variable is over. Now the third variable, age variable. Tell me what and all you want to apply for age variable?
Label.
Label and format.
Label and format. So first I want to apply the label. Label is equal to, I want to have it as an employee is space. Then format is equal to, what is the format you want to have? Roman.
Roman dot.
So age is over. Then the sex variable. Tell me what you want to apply for sex variable.
Length.
Length.
Label.
And the
Format.
Label,
I want to use
and
length, length, and format. So first of all, uniform I'm writing the label. Label is equal to, I told you what is the label you want to have? I want to have it as
Gender.
so label is over. Then I'm writing length is equal to, what is the length you want to apply? Dollar.
$1.
Then what is the format you want to apply? Dollar. What is the format we created?
Text dot.
Text dot.
We have created user defined format. Now we should write it. Then the next variable is salary. What do you want to apply for salary?
Label.
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 For
Label.
Format.
In format and format. We have to use informator because we have comma, no? So first of all, I'm writing label is equal to, I want to have, employee income.
income.
So I'm writing employee income. Okay. And then I want to, first of all, I want to apply in format. In format is equal to, what is the informator you should apply?
Comma.
Six dot.
What is the format I asked you?
$10.2.
$10.2.
Very good. Now go to the DOB. What we should apply for the DOB?
Label.
Format.
Format.
And then format. So DOB, first of all, I'm writing label is equal to, I want to have it as a birth date. Label is over. And then in format, what is the format we should write?
Date. 9 dot.
Date 9 dot. Very good. Then I want to apply the format is equal to, what is the format you want to apply? I asked you. I want to have it as excellent. Now the next variable is date of joining. Again, I want to apply the label. Label is equal to, what is the label you want to have? Sorry, the label is
Joining date.
Joining date.
Format.
Format. What is the format you should write? But what is the format I asked you?
Week.
$30.
And after all the variables got over, now we should hit the semicolon. That means this entire thing is only one statement. Okay, so tell me how to write it. First, we should start with attrib. First variable, then whatever the attribute you want to. If you want to apply the label, label is equal to. If you want to apply the format, format is equal to. If you want to apply the informant is equal to. If you want to apply the length is equal to. After everything got over for the first variable, now we should go to the second variable.
Sir, can we write in any order, sir?
Yes,
So
you can write any order.
identify. So how to that whether to apply format or informat
Which one?
from sex,
Informat to
salary,
read.
date.
Informat to read. See, informat is up to you. You need to read the data successfully. Say for example, is this standard data or non-standard data? You have comma symbol, no?
Non-standard.
Non-standard.
You have to apply informat. You have to apply informat. Nobody will tell you what is information because you know when we have a non-standard, you should understand. Okay, we should apply informat. Again, for the data, you should understand what we should apply. Date 9. Because how we have the data, this one. But format, they will tell you what they want to have. Okay. And the length also they will tell you. Label also they will tell you.
But in salary, sir, you have even informat and format also.
See, format, they will tell you what the format. They said they want to have salary like this one. They want to have a dollar symbol. They want to have 2 digits, again they have comma, 3 digits, dot, 2, again 2 decimal. This is they will tell you. Because they want to have in this way, that's why I applied a format, which is a dollar $10.2. Because they want to display data in this manner.
Okay.
So format is up to the sponsor in whichever way he wants to. He is going to tell you that I want to have in this way. According to this, we should write the format. But informat is as a SAS program, it's every headache. You should read according to the. You should write according to the data.
Okay.
Clear, everybody?
Sir, Attrib we can
Yes,
write
sir.
first and name, sir. You can also write name and ID number.
You can write, but then name will come first.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I will write according to the specification so that no, you don't need to write a return statement now. Because I have ID number first, then name, I have written in order, so you don't need to have a return statement. Now see, if I execute the program, yes, I have EMP1. You know, EMP, I use 4 separate statements, but in EMP1, I use everything in one Attrib statement. Both is going to be the same. Understand this one? And this is called Attrib statement. Attrib statement advantage is we can apply everything at one place. No confusion, you can add everything together. Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can we use a retain statement?
No, you don't require. Say, for example, if you want to have it in a different order, if you can use Attrib statement, return statement.
In another other than Attrib, we have to write
Yeah, if you want to have before the Attrib, but if you want to have in a different order, but the advantage is Attrib in whichever order you want to have, you can add the variable names in the same order, so you no need to have a return statement.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, Attrib
Okay.
statement you can write after input, sir. You have to write
No.
after the data.
You should always, before all these statements, you should write return statement. Attrib statement, you should write before that input. Because if you write input first, what is the length of the name variable is going to become?
8.
8, sir.
It is going to become 8. So then Attrib is going to be useless.
Okay, sir.
Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
So this about attributes. What we have completed in the attributes, tell me what are the 6 attributes we have seen? First of all, we have seen variable name. Remember? Then we have seen variable data type. Then we have seen variable length. Then we have seen variable label. And we have seen format.
Variable format.
These 6 things are called variable attributes. Okay. Please read the notes and do the practice. Tomorrow, I'll see how we can answer the questions. We have questions, we'll see that questions, and then we'll start with the next topic. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then. See you in tomorrow's class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you.